Hey everybody, this is Gokai Spartan. I'm just making this video to talk about the newest Sentai, the Gozyuger, I believe it's called. I'll be honest, when I first watched the first couple episodes of it, I wasn't necessarily into it. I didn't like the villain, I didn't like the villain, and honestly, more or less, the Rangers themselves, I guess I just didn't give it a chance. I guess I was just too consumed with whatever I was doing to really sat down and actually give it a proper chance. But I've been on Facebook lately, and I've been on like social media in general, and I've just been seeing this going around where, you know, they transformed into the Dino Rangers and whatnot, and then there's a lot of memes about the Red Ranger getting destroyed by this cool ass looking villain. This nigga has a gat on his head, bro. He has a burner on his head, son. That shit was fire, my nigga. The nigga that shot that nigga Red Ranger, and like the episode was kind of interesting because, like, I'll be honest, I was multitasking when I was watching the episode. So from what I got from it, I guess they were trying to holler at some shorty. It was a monster trying to holler at shorty, and the Blue Ranger was trying to holler at shorty. They were both doing it in different ways or whatever the case may have been. And there was another Red Ranger who was an archaeologist. He was basically an archaeologist for Ranger. He's like a Ranger historian where he wants to help the team be like, you know, he basically told them, yo, I need y'all to make me an omelet. So they made had to make them a perfect omelet to like, I guess it's like a symbolism for the Sentai and whatnot. But the interesting part came when he gave the Red Rangers, not the Red Rangers, he gave the rest of the Gozyugers the ability to transform into Red Rangers, and they all transformed into different ones. And I seen what they did there. They had the girl transform into Zato. That was a shout out to Dino. That was a shout out to Cosmic Fury. That was pretty dope. But yeah, so they all transformed and whatnot, and they all put in work. And the Megazord, nah, son, how they had the Dino Megazord pull out with a cape, my boy? Nah, like, what the fuck does this big ass robot need a cape for? But I don't care, that shit looks sick on him, bro. My boy, the Dino Megazord pulled up with a cape, and he got into his Megazord, and they both went, bro, they put Dino Megazord into the tank mode, and they both crashed through that nigga, bro. And then after that, Red Ranger got shot. And it turns out that this villain with the cat, it's called, I think his name is Garuda. He is a villain hunter. And not a villain hunter, he's a range, he's like a ranger hunter. He's hunting down like the ranger emblems, the ranger keys, the little ranger MacGuffins they got to transform into rangers, the little coins. He's hunting them down. And nah, son. And at first, the episode goes where the villains are talking and whatnot, and there was this big queen. Shit, she was just this big ass head, the door open. You just see this big ass robotic head just talking. And like, she looked like she was paying like the other villains no mind. Like the candle nigga, I don't remember his name. I'm just gonna call that nigga Lemire because he reminded me of Lemire from Beauty and the Beast. So my boy, she wasn't paying Lemire no mind, but she was talking to Garuda. She was talking to Garuda like something about hugging a husband or something like that. So I guess she's a cosmic queen. You know me, I love me my queen. So if I got this cosmic queen, I honestly hope that she's the main bad guy because I need more female main bad guys. Honestly, like I like villainous more than I like the big bad villains. I mean, I don't mind male villains so much, but we started with Rita, so like honestly. But the point I'm trying to make is they had a conversation and whatnot, and then he dipped, and then he went to the cafe and he saw his brother. He's brothers with the Red Ranger. And he looking over his brother and stuff, and he's talking to his brother like, yo, you really over here chilling with these niggas, bro? You call yourself number one? Why the fuck you call yourself number one? You ain't got no goals or nothing, my nigga. You ain't shit. He Itachi that nigga. He dead pulled up to that nigga and said, you weak. You ain't got enough hatred. And you know what? You never will. Pulled an Itachi on homeboy, bro. And then the Red Ranger just put his head down, bro, nigga. He said, nah, I'm tired of this shit. And he just started crashing out on the rest of the Rangers. He just started crashing out on them. And the rest of the Rangers looking at this nigga like, yo, you good? And he was just fighting them, and then he fought the candle nigga, he fought Lemire, and Lemire beat the dog shit out of his robot. They got into their robots and shit, and Lemire beat the dog shit out of his robot. Lemire beat that nigga so badly, Lemire put the sword to that nigga head, and he was like, hey, yo, what happened to your fire? What happened to your fire, yo? Bro, this ain't the fight that I wanted to have. That shit kind of remind me of like Deca or Korag, where they want to fight a worthy opponent, but whenever he being a bitch ass nigga, they're like, nah, I'm good, I don't want to do this shit. Bro, nigga dead walked away from him. And I'm gonna be real, I did not like this nigga up until that moment. Up until the moment until he did that shit, I hated him. I hated the way he walked, I hated the way he talked, I hated the way he dressed. But him doing that made me respect him. I'm like, all right, I see you. And then freaking Garuda was over here bodying the Gozyugers. He summoned a Troy and Brody to beat on these niggas, and they was beating on the freaking Brody. Hit him with the chameleon tongue. And nah, son. And then my favorite part was when one of the Rangers was like, you turned your friends into. He was like, you turned your friends into weapons or some shit. He said some shit like that. He said, not my friends, my servants. And then he started bugging on niggas, bro. And then it got to a point where the Red Ranger got out the Megazord after being told he was a bitch ass nigga. And the rest of the Rangers, they ain't fucking with him right now. They surround that nigga. Like, hey, yo, we got dreams and shit we want to accomplish too. The fuck wrong with your ass? About to fuck your ass up, boy. Over here tweeting your hands on us. I thought we was a team. Guess that Power Ranger shit don't mean much, huh? But nah, boy. My boy pulled the Tyrion Lannister, boy. That nigga threw his Ranger key. Not Ranger key. He threw his coin to the ground and said, I'm done. I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm tired. Suck my dick. I'm tired. He said that shit. Honestly, that shit was hilarious, bro. I enjoyed what I saw. I'm gonna keep on watching it. keep on watching. I might go back and watch anything that I missed. But from what I saw, I enjoyed what I saw. So yeah, this is just gonna be a short video, just me just going over Gozyuger or whatever, just in my own little way. So, like, if you like any of these little discussion videos, or you like any of my AI content, or any of my voice acting content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for viewing. Have a wonderful and blessed day.